Okay. I am so sorry that that happened. I just went and I unplugged my internet because it was not working whatsoever. I think this should have fixed it. So we should be good to go now. I apologize. Thank you for all being so understanding. Y'all are great. But yeah, I have no idea. I just went up and I unplugged it and plugged it back in. And the second I did that, it killed the stream, but then it's now showing me it's better than ever. So for some reason, it just hated me. The internet sucks. I appreciate y'all being understanding. Y'all are amazing. So let's continue and let's go right back into it. And we're going to start reviewing these trailers. I will have to probably put, whatever. All right, we're definitely back, and we're going to do the trailers now. I do have to put this on it because over it, but I think I can shrink it a little bit because of copyright. And usually, I don't really care about the not making any money from this, but I do care about Nintendo coming after me, so I will try to make this as small as I can. Center. But Nintendo, it's very weird about how it is. So, yeah. All right. Oh, the music's gone. Why didn't the music go away? There we go. The music back. Yep, we're about to watch the trailers, and hopefully we won't be very rudely interrupted by the internet, because that really sucked. Oh wait, that is the wrong thing. There we go. Hello, welcome back, everybody. I apologize. The internet is a bitch. Okay, so this can be shrunken down by a lot. Because, all right, so I have gathered like every TV spot, every trailer, and I'm gonna put this in a lower speed so that I can kind of watch them a little better and kind of look at details. So let's just get right into it, starting with the intro. So, intro, announcement trailer for the movie. Didn't really have anything. It's got the kingdom. It's got everything else. The one thing that we did notice last time was that this dock is where we see Frog Luigi fighting the Cheep Cheep. So that definitely did some foreshadowing and was important later. And then this butterfly is a reference to the butterfly that lands on Mario during the Mario Galaxy ending when he wakes up and the butterfly is on him. This was a lot of people I noticed saying they believed that these toads were referencing Wario and Waluigi, saying that this is... Do you think the butterfly or the trailer will appear in the movie? Maybe. I don't see why not. Because obviously Butterfly is the most important character, you know? The most important character indeed. So I've seen some people saying that this could be a hint towards Wario and Waluigi, which would be cool. Regular Toad, or just regular blue Toad. The castle going up, and then seeing this beautiful logo, and the moment where the entire internet lost their minds So that is the first trailer. That is the teaser, the announcement trailer. Now we're on to Bowser's Castle. You can see he's painting. And he's got his masterpiece. The bee, or whatever the bee character's name will be in the movie. The Honey Hive Queen. And I love the skeleton Mario. That's really funny. And this is like one of my biggest, oh, Fury Bowser has to be in this movie, because they're putting such an importance on paint. So to me, it's definitely like, well, there has to be paint in this movie. This has to be something important for Bowser, since it's just showing it. So I think that was definitely a hint of Junior. Moving on, he got his castle. Can't wait for that rock music. So we got his castle, and yeah, you can even see, like, his little bonsai bush. This is actually a playset you can get if nobody knows that already. So I think that's pretty cool. So he's got his little kitchen, and there's his cauldron, which will be a popcorn bucket, which will be available at AMC theaters and Marcus theaters, from what I know. I don't know if it's at Regal theaters, or Cinemark. The bonsai bush, the piano, and then this is another thing that kind of got me thinking to Fury Bowser, because if we look at one of these, oh dang it, I can't pause it in time. You're going to Cinemark? That's awesome. Yeah, so right here, you can't actually see it, so I have to remove it for a second. But right here, actually, I'm going to do this. Go away. Okay. Right here, this looks like a Fury Bowser painting. So I think that's definitely a hint to Fury Bowser. And then you see like Mario with X's and other stuff. Moving on. So obviously there's more to this interaction, and that scene where we see Bowser with the red eyes, I think he was yelling at Mario after that happened. Going to Cinemark, that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm seeing it in Marcus theaters on March 31st, but then I'm seeing it in AMC the next day. Or I'm seeing it on March 31st at midnight in Marcus theaters, and then I'm seeing it in AMC on April 1st later that night. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I wanted to go pick up those Yoshi popcorn buckets. Phoenix Theaters. Never heard of that. I wanted to go to Cinemark and go pick up that Yoshi popcorn bucket early, but though the nearest Cinemark is over an hour away from me, and there was no guarantee I was going to be able to grab one of the buckets, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just not even going to try. Regal and Cinemark, for some reason, they will sell the buckets before the movie comes out, but AMC and Marcus theaters will only sell it once the movie hits theaters. So there isn't really any more analyzing we can do here. But this is definitely where I think, yeah, maybe right around here is when we'd see Bowser do that red eye thing that we saw. I think they edited the trailer and they cut it. And I think that's what happens. And then we see that. He's like, whoa, okay, I really need my 8 hours or I turn into a real monster. Real monster, There's tons of paint. Come on. It's Fury Bowser. I'm not crazy. What I'm going to try to watch movie second time in Honduras is County. I'm going to the Regal Theaters. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. There's nothing really else to look at in this scene. Actually, is that one painting in this scene? No, we can't see it. And I definitely think that Luigi and Bowser's relationship will have an impact on Mario in a way, because I think Luigi is going to have a soft spot for Bowser, and he's going to be like, well, look how much he's changed. I mean, he's just a little guy. Like, we got to forgive him. And Mario's like, no, this dude tried to kill me. He tried to kill you. He tried to kill everybody. And Mario just doesn't trust them. We obviously have the Star Festival. So this, we now know that Luma in that one TV spot is the one who transforms into this, and they shoot off. And they leave the Mushroom Kingdom, and they pass by, or they fall in. They pass by Drip Drop, or they stay. Wait a minute, what was that? Oh, that's the. Hold on, that's the that's from Gateway. That's from Gateway. No, not Gateway. That's Gusty Gardens. Yeah, I think that's. Hold on. Hold on. I never caught that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, that is. That's this thing, isn't it? That looks pretty damn similar. I think that's this. I think that's just more confirmation we're getting Gusty Gardens, because we already see this thing in the logo of the movie. So yeah, I think that Donut Planet is this thing, but it just looks more like dirt. Where am I seeing the movie? I'm seeing it in Marcus Theaters on March 31st at midnight. So technically it will be April 1st because the showtime is at 12:05 at midnight, so it's like 5 minutes into April 1st. But yeah, I never caught that before, so that's definitely probably that. Cool. All right. Favorite character, like in Galaxy itself, or favorite character across all Nintendo? You're back. Welcome back. Favorite character in Galaxy is probably Rosalina, but favorite character across all of Nintendo history is Waluigi. He is my favorite video game character of all time. All right, so Drip Drop Galaxy, Toast Arena. Now we know that this is Wart's across all Nintendo. Yeah, Waluigi. Now we know that this is Wart's Arcade. That is in Gateway Galaxy. Will we see Mega Hammer? That is a good question. Two really tall people. That's a good point. I never caught that. Well, I don't know. I like Mario and like others. Here's the thing. Whenever there's like Mario Kart or Mario Party, I always play as Mario or Waluigi. But will we see Mega Hammer? I don't know, but I don't think Junior. Yours is Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshi's seems to be the more popular pick. I don't think we'll see as much of excuse me, of Bowser Jr.'s machines because he has the brush and he has that giant Koopa weapon. So I do not think we will see as much of his weapons like the Boomsday Machine, Mega Hammer, or... That's it, right? Or his Airship Armada. We'll see a little bit of the Airship Armada, but not much. And Mega Leg, yeah. But Mega Leg's already in the movie, so I don't think besides him, besides Mega Leg, we'll see a lot. So he's fighting the Ninjas. And then Bowser Jr. drops in. What do you think they'll do with Rosalina's backstory in the movie? I went over this a bit earlier, but I had made a video talking about this as well. The BBFC, which is the British... I can't remember what it stands for. But it's basically a thing for the UK that rates movies and gives like parental guidance. And the BBFC, it talks about how this movie has flashbacks of a sister who has been separated from a girl who has been separated from her younger sister. And it seems to be pointing in the direction that Rosalina and Peach are sisters that were separated. So that's what it looks like it's going to be. I'm hoping that's not it because I don't really want that to happen. Because it will take away a lot of the mystery that Rosalina has for her character, and I really don't want that mystery taken away. But that's just my opinion. Bowser Jr. And there is actually another look at Toadette here, but I don't think it's in this trailer. I think it's in the next trailer. No, it's not. Okay. And then Rosalina. So yeah, I think this is one of the first scenes in the movie. This fight. I think this is one of the first scenes in the movie. What do you think is going to be your favorite part of the movie? There should be a split song between Rosalina and Bowser Jr. What do you think is your favorite part of the movie? Oh man, that's hard because if the final villain of the movie, if the final boss of the movie is a battle against Fury Bowser, I'm going to lose my shit. Not only because I was going to end up being right, but because I think that is such an amazing idea to bring to the big screen. So I think the final battles of the movies are usually my favorite parts because I love that climax. Do you know that on the vote for Koopa's poster in the live-action 1993 Mario movie is President Koopa with Koopa Jr.? I did not know that. They showed Fury Bowser Jr. already, so why not? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they already got Fury Jr. Why not have the original Fury monster in the movie? Yours is going to be the UFO. All right, that's definitely fair. That kidnapping scene looks really cool. All right, so we have Rosalina fighting with Mega Leg, and we know that Rosalina loses this fight. Okay, well, maybe she didn't. Welcome back. Maybe I misspoke. She doesn't lose this fight, but somehow she ends up with Bowser Jr. back on that battle Koopa Death Star. So at some point, either Rosalina loses this fight, or she willingly gives herself up to protect the Lumas. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of them. Somehow she ends up going with them after this fight. All right, next trailer. We can see Rosalina's library with all the Lumas. She's reading them the storybook. How did Rosalina get kidnapped? We don't know. That is the main thing that we don't know. My assumption is that Bowser Jr. has several airships and heads to the Comet Observatory along with Megaleg. So yeah, I don't see Rosalina losing easily. I think it more comes down to Junior threatens the Lumas, and Rosalina, being the protective mother that she is, she will sacrifice herself in order for the Lumas to stay safe. That is what I think will happen. Now, this, out of all the scenes in the movie that I'm, because in 2 days I'm releasing a video that is my timeline theory, just like how Peach did for the Toads. Yes, exactly. I love the 2023 Mario movie Goombas, then the 1999 Mario 3 Mario Goombas. So I have another video about my final Mario Galaxy movie prediction video releases in 2 days, and it's going to basically be of when I think all of these scenes from the trailer take place in the movie. This is one of the ones I have pretty much built the entire story. I think I know exactly how almost every scene goes and when it takes place. This is one of the only ones where I don't know when this is at the beginning or this is at the end. Because my assumption is that Rosalina is reading to the Lumas, and while she's reading to them, Megaleg attacks. Megaleg lands on the Comet Observatory, and Rosalina stops the book, basically tells them to get down and just hide, and Rosalina goes to deal with Megaleg. That is my assumption, but I haven't figured it out yet. So, I don't know if this is... I think Mario and Rosalina will fall in love and have a baby in which we are introduced to Jeffy. Oh, that'd be funny. Imagine if the post-credit scene is just Jeffy. That would... Oh my god. They'd never do that, but that would be so funny. I hope Bowser makes more Bowser noises, roars, and growls, just like how he did for the first time in the first movie. Yeah, I loved how they had all of those Bowser voice clips that were made by Kenny James. Yeah, he's the original voice of Bowser. Or he's the current voice of Bowser. So having more voice clips like that would be great. A huge fan of Super Mario Richie and Super Mario Logan. I watch Mario Logan from time to time, but it's not that funny to me as much anymore. I didn't like what they did with Jeffy. I liked it when he was just dumb and kind of goofy. Now he's just an asshole. But my favorite Mario plush show of all time was definitely the Cute Mario Brothers. That was my favorite and go-to. And fun fact, before I started doing YouTube like this, I actually wanted to be a Mario plush channel, like Mario Logan, and I made a couple videos, and I filmed them, and I hated them so much, so I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this, and I scrapped it. I'm thinking at the end of the movie, remember when the Blue Luma scene in the prison thing? I think the Blue Luma scene is checking on Bowser Jr. in the prison. Oh. That... Wait a minute. That actually makes a lot of sense. The Blue Luma might be the post-credit scene. That is smart. That is actually really smart. I like that idea. That's really smart. You're onto something there. I will definitely add that into the video I'm making, and I'll point that out, saying like, oh, I'll definitely mention you with that. I'm pretty sure they'll escape. Yeah. So next trailer, Bowser Jr. What if Peach gets so mad? Oh, this is the jealousy thing again. Okay. What if Peach gets so mad at Rosalina touching Mario's mustache, she gets so mad she wants to do something, and Luigi and Toad hold her off. Mario and Rosalina are just focused on each other. You really want to see that love triangle, don't you? I'm not judging. I'm just... Alright. A real theory I have is that Yoshi and Birdo will fall in love. Somebody might have already said that, but I just got here. Yeah, no, I've seen... Nobody said that in this chat today, but I've seen that before. And that's a pretty fair idea. What if Bowser Jr. gets thrown in jail? That would make a lot of sense. Actually, what you had said, Bowser and Bowser Jr. being thrown in jail, and the Luma is talking to them. That is actually a really good idea. Remember Rob? Yes. I don't think there's really anything else we can look at here. We've seen this scene so many times. I want to see the Koopalings break them out or something. That would be cool. The Koopalings being the post-credits scene and breaking out Bowser and Bowser Jr. The blue Luma is named Lumalee. Yes, you're right. But there are also predictions that Lumalee is it Baldo Adu? What? Is it Bado Adu? In SML, Mama Luigi is the villain. Yeah, that's true. Did you mean to say is Birdo a dude? I don't know if you were trying to say that or not. Oh, I thought you didn't know that because you kept calling him Blue Luma. No, I know his name. I just couldn't get it at the moment, and because I don't know if it's... Well, yeah, it's I know it's Lumalee. No, but I get it. I did call him Blue Luma. But there are also ideas that could be Mari, Lubba's twin sister, but since it's already said to be Lumalee, it's very likely not Mari. The Koopalings for the third movie will probably use their wonder attributes like Junior. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I remember I played again. I did a stream when the Mario Wonder DLC came out, and I played against I did all the Koopaling battles, and those are really fun. They're a little more difficult, but they're fun. Hi, how are you today? I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you? Yeah, Lumalee's kind of useless. One thing that was really funny was that when the movie came out, digitally and on Blu-ray and 4K and whatever, my dad and I share a Fandango at Home account, or which was Voodoo at the time, and he saw the movie on there, and he texted me and he said, "Of course you bought it." And I'm like, "I bought it the second it became available for the Super Mario Bros. Movie." I was like, "I bought it the second it became available," and he said, "Can I watch the movie? Since you own it, I wanted to ask first." I said, "Yeah, go ahead." And he starts watching it, and he texts me throughout the movie like what he thinks of it, but he eventually texts me and he says, "This blue Luma, I can't breathe." And I'm like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And he says, "This blue Luma has me dying." He thought Lumalee just wishing for death was the funniest thing ever. So as I'm doing my own thing, I'm constantly getting texts from my dad saying this blue Luma is too funny, or just quoting the blue Luma quoting Lumalee from the movie. He called him the blue Luma because he didn't know it was Lumalee, but it was so funny. So yeah, that was a fun memory. So they're in Toast Arena. I remember how convinced I was that Wario was in this scene and that Princess Daisy was also biking with them. But I remember how wrong I was. It's just Mario and Luigi. And those look like the standard bikes from Mario Kart World. Since Bowser is trying to be good at the beginning, I think Bowser will end up becoming nice at the end, and maybe Bowser Jr. too. I can see that happening, but I'm really hoping it doesn't. Because Bowser will not be nice to Mario unless it is absolutely necessary. I could definitely see the third Mario movie having a different villain, like Dementio or Count Bleck, or maybe Grodus, or not Tatonga, Cackletta, or Fawful, or the Shroobs. Something to where Mario, Luigi, and Bowser have to team up. Because that would be really funny to see them both team up. So if Wario has a flashback when he sees Mario, he knew him since childhood in the next movie. That was a weird scene, and it was a kissing scene. Hello? Question. Here's a question. What happened to SML? The paper villains. Hey, I look. Super Paper Mario is my personal favorite Paper Mario game of all time. I know most people say it's Thousand Year Door. I totally respect your opinion, but in my opinion, Super Paper Mario is the best. But that's just me. The climax will be have the Mario stand alone in Space Junk Galaxy after a failed fight. Oh, okay. Here's a question. What happened to SML? Nintendo came after his ass. Nintendo hates SML, which I think is really funny. It's not funny like haha, but it's like, it's funny the grudge that Nintendo has against them. Just how ridiculous that situation has gotten. Okay, so Mario and Luigi are in Toast Arena. They want to fix the pipe. No, I'm saying, how would the paper villain fit into that universe? No clue. No clue whatsoever, but the only idea that I had is that maybe... I had this prediction a while ago, is that maybe if Bowser ends up... If there ends up being a calamity at the end of the game, where the Lumas have to sacrifice themselves, maybe it rips open a hole in the space-time continuum, a dimension or whatever, and they're able to cross over into the paper universe. But I don't know. But yeah, I agree with what you say. The Paper Mario would work a lot better as a TV series. Each season is a different Paper Mario game. That would be really cool. Yeah. So they need to fix the pipe. What if Bowser Jr. and Bowser went to jail in the Super Mario Sunshine remake? Imagine if Mario punched Bowser so hard at the final battle. What would happen to Bowser Jr.? Well, I think Jr. is very protective of his dad. So if he were to see Mario harming his father, he would just go in a blind rage. I don't really know. So they're fixing the Toast Arena. And here's one thing as to why there's a lot of people just kind of showed up out of nowhere here. Like, where were you? You weren't here. You just kind of appeared out of nowhere. So I'm wondering if there was some trailer editing or something and Daisy is here. Maybe, maybe not. Why does the Mario movies look like so much like Sonic movie? Hold on. I gotta grab my phone to read these. Why does the Mario movies look so much like Sonic movie? Like when Knuckles was a punch shadow, he turns around, the same thing happens with Mega Leg and... Oh, I see. They share similar shots. I get that. What if their Big Bang was at... What if the Big Bang was at the end of the movie? What if there was a Big Bang at the end of the movie, like in the game? That would be interesting, because then that would cause a universal reset. Because that's what happened in the game. It caused a reset because it changed reality and made it so that not everything repeats exactly the same. So basically in Galaxy 2, that's an alternate... That was after the universal reset, so Galaxy 1 never happened. I actually don't think there will be any more major characters. Maybe in the post-credit scene there will be, because the main poster released and has most major characters. Here's another question. Why did the Toad models blurry in the Mario Galaxy games? Because they're not that good quality. And the ending of Galaxy would probably be saved for the third movie. I'm actually surprised Fox McCloud is a major character, because I think he's not on the major because he's not on the poster. Well, at least you think he has a major role. Well, he does. He's not on the main poster, but he does have his own poster, so he will have some sort of importance to the movie. I don't know exactly what, but he will have some sort of importance. Could we get a Mario versus Sonic movie? You see, that's one of my issues with the Mario, and that is one of my issues with the Smash Brothers movie and like a Mario versus Sonic, because Sonic is live action. The Legend of Zelda, Link and Zelda will be live action. I don't really know how they would be able to do a Smash Brothers movie if and Detective Pikachu, he's also he's also live action. So I'm not exactly sure how they would be able to mix that together and have the live action characters fight the animation characters. I think they'll definitely find a way, but I just don't know how they do it at the moment. Okay. What if Bowser gets defeated just like Eggman in Sonic Movie 2, saying later hater while falling down to lava in the movie? That would be funny. I'm going to watch the Super Mario Galaxy movie on April 3rd. Awesome. I hope you can avoid spoilers, because once this movie releases in theaters, it's going to be spoilers galore. Do you think Wario will be in the post-credits scene? Yeah, I think he has a good chance. I love Super Mario 3D World because it has better graphics than 3D Land. That's fair. I wonder if we will ever get a Kirby movie. I think we will. I think we'll definitely get a Kirby movie. They could make them animated when crossing in other universes. Yeah, they definitely could. I want a Mario vs. Donkey Kong movie like in the game. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is one of my favorite games of all time for the Game Boy Advance. I would love to see a Mario vs. Donkey Kong movie. I think we already know we're getting Donkey Kong Country, or a Donkey Kong movie. So, Pikmin movie, that is also very possible because Nintendo released that Closer to You short a few months ago, and that they just dropped that out of nowhere. It's this whole movie short about Pikmin interacting with a baby, and the animation was really good, and they just dropped it out of nowhere. So it's like, are you Nintendo? Are you basically telling us that a Pikmin movie is possible? I don't know. There's a lot. I wonder what DK's up to during this movie. That's also a good question. DK very likely won't make an appearance in this movie. And with Wario stealing money, that would be funny. It would be funny if like Mario and Luigi and Peach came home to the Mushroom Kingdom just to see Wario and Waluigi robbing the castle, and they just run away. And then that's the post-credit scene. They're just robbing the fucking castle. That would be so funny. Okay, let's continue because we kind of got off track. So the pyramids, the bats, the fire flower. They're in the pyramid. It's kind of damaged. I think it's possible we could maybe see a Knuckletech fight, but probably not. Oh no, what's this? So what if Peach shoves a mini mushroom down I'm scared to read this. So what if Peach shoves a mini mushroom down Mario's throat and he eats it and Peach picks him up and kisses him? Okay. These different scenarios, do you have like a notebook of these that's just filled with these scenarios? Because if you do, that's pretty funny. But if you don't, that's also pretty funny. So, you know, I will humor your obsession. I don't think this is the case because they don't put the post-credit scene in the trailer, but maybe in the prison scene, maybe the post-credit scene, and it's the Wario brothers behind bars. That was also something I was thinking, that it's Wario and Waluigi behind prison bars. I think that could be really funny. Third movie is probably Odyssey. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't think Odyssey... Well, here's the thing. I don't think anybody predicted that Galaxy would be the sequel. I think everybody was counting on Mario World being the sequel, or Mario Sunshine, or 64, but not Galaxy. But I think if Galaxy was more made to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Mario, as well as balancing being the second story in the cinematic universe, I get it. And depending on how they play it, Galaxy probably is the right choice. What if they make a new castle on the Mushroom Kingdom since the castles in another planet is destroyed? That's right. Peach's castle gets destroyed in Honey Hive Galaxy. Remember the Koopa General from the 2023 movie? Yes, the blue shell. There's nothing else we can really find here. They meet Yoshi. Damn, he's got cheeks. All right. I did not mean to stop right there. Okay. Oh, man. I did not. That couldn't have stopped at any more perfect place. But okay. Damn. All right. So we can see the speaker box from Mario World. We now know from this canon that this is on the battle planet. So this is very likely at the end of the movie. This is right before the climax of the movie. I think what happens is that Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi get separated. Luigi lands with Yoshi somewhere on this planet, and Mario lands with Peach. And they have to make their way to the center, which is where Bowser and Bowser Jr. are. And then Yoshi, this fish swallows the blue toad, which seems to always keep getting into trouble. Honestly, it should have been Mario World, Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy, then Bowser's Fury. I love Yoshi's voice in 2026. So what if the post-credit scene shows a wanted poster with Wario on it? That would be cool. That would be really cool. Where's Donkey Kong during this? No idea. In fact, the Donkey Kong Country, the new Donkey Kong movie will probably take place during Galaxy, during this movie, and in the Kong Kingdom. I hate those fish. They're so useless. Is that Big Bertha in the 2026 film? And then we got the fight between Birdo and Claw Grip. Can we just talk about how, like, Peach is whooping everybody's ass here? And, like, it should have been a cheap shop. Yeah, like, I think this is so funny that she just went from damsel in distress of, like, oh, Mario, help me, to, like, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's just so funny to me. Claw Grip is already knocked out. Now this is another scene where I'm kind of confused. Because this looks exactly like World 7 from Mario Bros. Wii. Like that Ludwig usually runs the Cloud Kingdom, the Cloud areas. I don't know what they're doing here. I know they're trying to take this toad somewhere. But I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. Avoiding Lakitu. And we know they travel across several galaxies for that. Whereas Ludwig, blue toad scene is the beginning montage. I think I don't know what where Blue Toad fits into this. My assumption is that it's Mario and Luigi. Well, I really don't know. I don't know. It could be a beginning montage, but that wouldn't make sense because Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi are coming back from Toast Arena in Brooklyn in this scene. They're coming back to Peach's birthday celebration. We know that this is Peach's birthday party. Someone once said that when the first movie came out, it is that Lakitu is the one who's filming the movie. That would have been crazy if that ended up being revealed. You think Mario will receive a letter teasing Super Smash Bros. Next? I don't know. That would be really cool, though. Alright, continuing on. Yeah, this is just Peach's party. And then the dinosaur. Wait a minute, what was that? This seems to be the Super Scope. I don't know where he gets this. What is that? Oh, that's just bush. That's just a rock. All right. No, it's not. That's something. What is that? Is that a ship or like a cart? I don't know what that is. Super Scope was given by Fox. Okay, that's an idea. How did they get turned into babies? My assumption is that not Ludwig, what's his name? Kamek. I think Kamek turned them into babies. Because I think after the invasion on Peach's castle, Mario and Luigi, Yoshi and Bowser, they land in Honey Hive Galaxy. They make their way to the Queen Bee, and the Queen Bee helps get them to Fossil Falls to try and get them home. And that's when Bowser Jr. and Kamek find them, take back Bowser, and then turn Mario and Luigi into babies to stop them. But my only confused thing is, like, I have no idea how Toad fits into this. Because Toad was in Gateway Galaxy with Wart and Peach. And Toad isn't really seen in that fight. So somehow Toad gets separated from Peach, but also gets put here. But my other issue with that is that we haven't got to that scene yet, but there's a scene where Yoshi, actually, I think that's in the next trailer. Yeah. So, right, is that here? Yeah. Okay. So this is Gateway Galaxy, and Toad is like, oh, Yoshi's here. Great. So Toad is not happy that Yoshi is here. So clearly, my assumption is that this happens before they go to Fossil Falls, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know. This is the one thing I can't figure. This is one of the things I can't figure out, because in that other scene, we know Yoshi, Mario, and Luigi are together here. But if Toad is surprised about Yoshi's there, that must mean they're all in Gateway Galaxy, and then they somehow get there. That's what I can't fully figure out. Yeah, there was a remote. We can go back to that trailer. So back at Peach's party, then... Okay, that's funny. Peach is kicking ass. Oh, and then here's another detail. You can't see it from here, but this right here, or this right here, that's Daisy's symbol. I can't really zoom into it, but yeah, right here. That's Daisy's symbol. Right there. Maybe he escapes the casino, but Peach gets kidnapped by Wart and the Ninjas. That could definitely work. I think Daisy will help Mario and Luigi find Yoshi. Or will help Mario and Luigi and Yoshi. Yeah. Wait a minute. Those are the same drones from the Fox poster. Oh, so Fox is going to be here at some point. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't catch that earlier because obviously the Fox poster wasn't there earlier when we first saw this. So, okay, so Fox will have something to do with Gateway. Maybe he's getting his ship repaired or something. It would be funny as hell if, like, Toad is the only one who hates Yoshi. Yeah, the controller behind Toad. It would be funny if Toad is the only one that hates Yoshi. And when Yoshi is around everybody else, he's so pleasant and nice and friendly. But then once he's completely alone with Toad, he'll start speaking and be like, fuck you, Toad. And no one will believe Toad. That would be so funny. Imagine the third movie with Wario and Bowser teaming up to squish Mario for good. Wario teaming up with Bowser. I could definitely see that. What if Toad and Yoshi become friends? I think that'll happen at the end of the movie. I think Toad will get over his grudge. And he'll be like, I don't like you, but I think you're kind of cool. A great battle of my life. So one thing I figured out is that he's saying this to Rosalina. So yeah, he's saying this to Rosalina. If they bright the star Mario and Peach could stare at could be Fox's ship. The bright star that Mario and Peach stare at could be Fox's ship. Yeah, that could be true. It could see Mario and it could see Fox landing his ship as well as Rosalina's Comet Observatory landing. That is also very true. Or that is also that is also a possibility. What if Yoshi is crying or cringing because Toad doesn't like him and doesn't care him? So what if Wario appears in the post-credit scene and the camera will not show his face? It will show him picking up his hat that looks just like Mario's. I think I'll stop watching for now because you might have the right idea and I don't want spoilers, but I watch it while it's over if it changes my mind. I completely get that. That is crying. Okay, that is totally fair. I get that. I don't want to spoil this for anyone. This is all in good fun. It's all in good games, so I get it. Okay, crying. So yeah, I don't think Yoshi. I don't know if it would bother Yoshi too much because Yoshi's just so kind-hearted. Yoshi will try no matter what, and unless Toad like actually does something to him, I don't think Yoshi will hold like a grudge. But Keegan-Michael Key, the voice of Toad, did already confirm that Toad will be extremely jealous and it will cause him to do some things that he wouldn't maybe be proud of. So we already know Toad is going to do something stupid, I think, from his jealousy. All right, so this is definitely where Rosalina Junior. Oh, here's my thing. Junior is saying this to Rosalina, and we'll be able to see that from another trailer later on. This is where I think the Koopalings could be. I think each one of them could be piloting one of these airships. Obviously, there's way more than 7 in this frame, but I could definitely... Oh, I never put the chat back up. I could definitely see it as a possibility for the Koopalings to be piloting this airship, because I think this takes place at the end of the movie. I think this scene is the Comet Observatory flying to the center of the universe, and Bowser Jr. and Bowser see this, and they send the airships to try and stop the Comet Observatory. That is my guess. And I could see Bowser Jr. just sending out every ship, every weapon they have. The great battle of my life that draws near. Yeah, that's a great line. I really like Benny Safdie as Junior. A lot of people, when they heard his voice, were like, oh no, he's horrible for Junior. And I'm like, give him a chance. Damn. Like, you haven't even seen the movie and you're judging him already. Like, you gotta give him a chance, man. So this is my other thing. So, ooh, look at that Riz. So, They all this my first thought in SML. What if Jeffy dies? I'll start watching it again. Chef PP cameo. This is where I also thought this would be the end of the movie, because in my mind I'm thinking Peach and Toad are on Gateway Galaxy. Well, they already are on Gateway Galaxy. Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi join them, and they get ready to blast off to go take on Bowser and Bowser Jr. And that's where I thought this would take place here, this scene, because like they're in Gateway Galaxy, and then they're like, let's go, and they head out toward the center of the universe to confront and face Bowser and Bowser Jr. You're glad for Benny Safdie because you're tired of that baby voice for Bowser Jr. That's perfectly understandable. All right, let's continue. And then we now know that this city, I already said this earlier, but I'm just reconfirming it. This city is Gateway Galaxy. This is the underworld of Gateway Galaxy. Hello. Kiki stole his book, or his backpack. And so now this is a bar underneath Gateway, and you can see like the Star Bunny right here. See airships from the opening scene from Mario Galaxy 1. Yep. Then we can see... Oh wait, it covered it up. We can see Luigi's Mansion King Boo right here. The N64 logo. I think it's somewhere around here. There's a Mario Party dice block. I think this is it, or this is it. I don't know. But we can also see the logo for Roy Smooth Sounds right here. So clearly the Koopalings exist. Where's Boom Boom and Pom Pom? From what I've seen, a lot of people have said this hand right here. This hand is Boom Boom. And it looks like he's holding something. I think he's holding a drink bottle, because I remember there was another viewer who had said that this was a spiked bracelet. And Boom Boom doesn't wear spiked bracelets, but Roy does. So he had thought this was Roy Koopa, but then after looking at it a bit more, it looks like he's holding something rather than just actually having an actual bracelet on his arm. So, yeah, I think that's Boom Boom. Pom Pom, I have no idea. I think she could make an appearance, but Boom Boom's there. And then we just get fucking Fury Bowser Jr. out of nowhere. Why? I have no idea. This is definitely during the final battle, or like the pre-final battle. I definitely think once Mario and Luigi get to this area, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi get to this area after that maze, Bowser, this is the this is like the pre-final battle. Like this is painted to be the final battle, but then something's going to happen, and we'll probably see Fury Bowser end up being the final villain. How does he turn Fury? It looks like he turns into it because of the brush. I really hope that Peach... Oh no, not this again. I really hope that Peach gets jealous that Rosalina is spending time with Mario, because in the first movie, when she said, Mario, you're very small, that... Oh. Okay, so this is a grudge. You don't think Mario should get with Peach because she called him small. Okay, I see it now. I see it. Black paint is the final villain, like in Color Splash. That would be crazy. If... Oh, what's the bucket's name? Oh. It started with a W, right? What is that bucket's name? It's Huey. That's his name? Yeah, Huey. Okay, you're right. Yeah, I never played Color Splash. Color Splash and Origami King are the only Paper Mario games I have not played. No, I think it's because I just want to see how she would feel. Okay. So then Peach and Toad launching out again. The fight against Megaleg. Rosalina looking like an absolute badass. Okay, this is that other UFO scene because this does not look right. Oh crap, I didn't put the thing back on. Nintendo's gonna copyright my ass. Whatever. So that was cut. This is different. This is not Megaleg. I think this is the UFO. And this is Fox McCloud blasts them out of the UFO. So I think that's what that is. Because that was cut. That was very clearly cut. Yeah, that's some editing right there. Then Yoshi swallows Kamek and poops him out. Takes control of Megaleg. Alright. So. Intense. We see this happens after Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Bowser and the castle land in Honey Hive Galaxy. And Bowser, I don't think they knew that Bowser was with them. So I think he's revealed to be with them later. And he pops out and he's like, hey, guess what, bitches? I was here the whole time. Because Kamek turns into an egg, Junior probably gets Camella as a replacement. Oh, that's a good idea. And one thing that someone pointed out that I think is so funny is that Bowser is just rage baiting Mario here. And that is so funny to me because he can't hit him. If Mario hits him, he grows big. And he goes back to normal. And I just think that's so funny that Bowser just rage baiting the hell out of Mario. That was intense. That's funny. Okay. Alright, moving on to our next trailer. We see Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, and Toad in Fossil Falls. Playing the Mario theme on the teeth. And Luigi licking the eyeball. And there's Luigi Booty. Alright, there's Luigi Booty. We didn't need Luigi Booty, but alright. And Mario crawling out of the nose. And Luigi's just eating something. And then Yoshi and Toad or Yoshi's prepared to fully fight the dinosaur. They get scared, they run away, and probably a chase scene happens. Alright, next trailer. Oh, is this the same thing? I must have added it twice on it. It is the same thing. Alright, I must have added it by accident. Okay. Next TV spot. Heroes. Shows. Yeah, right there. Right there. That is the thing that broke the fucking internet. Fox, right there, apparently. And now that actually could be Fox. That's not really even... this might not be Fox, but it probably is. Because we now know Fox is in the movie. But the Comet Observatory is landing here. And this is my assumption. I think that Rosalina is not on the observatory because I think she's with Bowser Jr. and Kamek on the battle planet. So I think Lubba and Polary take over the observatory, or the Lumas land it here to try and get help to save Rosalina. One of the Lumas stays behind, and that's the Luma that goes with Peach and Toad to go to Gateway Galaxy. The Luma transforms into a launch star. So just Toast Arena. Rosalina fighting again. And then the UFO. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so the UFO here. So Fox is probably the one doing this. That's my assumption. Fox is the one doing this, and then we see that explosion. Toad and Peach make their way into the arcade, or the casino, I mean. Yoshi finds the Super Scope, and his little Yoshi wakes up the dinosaur. The dinosaur chases after them. You see Bowser Jr. fighting, and Luigi just gives him the falcon knee. Oh, and also, this is Toadette up here. This is a painting of Toad and Toadette. Right up here. So I think that's even more evidence that Toadette is in this movie. Okay. Moving on. He's got bad knees. Let's see Bowser Jr. again. Is this the fight? Yeah, this is the fight. So hi, I'm Luigi. He's like, we can talk this out, and he's just, nah, I'm gonna kill your ass. My wonder is that this could be Spin Dig Galaxy down here. I don't know for a fact, but I think it definitely could be. It does look a little different. So this is I'm gonna say this is a maybe. Continuing on. He's just fighting with him. Luigi gives him the knee of justice. And then this has like another scene in it that wasn't in the first trailer where you can kind of see him doing like a roar or like a battle cry or something. Yeah, like right here, I think. Yeah, right there. We do know that there will be some 8-bit animation in this. Yeah, they did get rid of the Prowler sound. Chris Pratt did confirm there will be some 8-bit animation moments. If DK gets in the movie, we need King K. Rool. Yeah, definitely. That would be a really cool post-credit scene. Next, I think this scene specifically, maybe not this specifically, but this is definitely showing off the Comet Observatory where we can see some of the domes. And I think this is like the intro to the movie. I think it just shows, hello, I think it just shows Rosalina. I think this is the beginning of the movie where it just shows Rosalina and it shows their home and it shows that Luma is just reading. Rosalina is just reading to her Lumas. And maybe Lubba and Polary are piloting the ship. And then we get the attack from Megaleg. And there's obviously the fight scene. Rosalina's clearly holding her own. Yeah, you're right. The blue light definitely makes it look like it's going like it does in the game when they're when the ship is in full power and it's heading toward the center of the universe. You're absolutely right about that. So that's just that. This is a cool little TV spot. I don't know if this is actually part of the movie or if this was just made for the trailer or the TV spots. It's cute though. I think it was just made for a TV spot, but it's really cute. And then we have Bowser Jr. with Megaleg. And that shit would be terrifying in 3D. And then we get to see a little bit more of the galaxies. This kind of looks like the rabbit planet from Cosmic Cove, where it's surrounded by ice and water, but it's obviously not in this trailer. So they fly around the planet. I love the flying. The flying looks so good. Why in the first trailer Mega Leg sounds like Wario was in it? I don't know, but they did change the voice. There's Star Bunny. We do know that they did change that voice. And then get a better look of Rosalina bouncing off on top of the bullet bills and just being glorious as she always is. And then we can see the ninjas and see them attacking the princess. And she can clearly hold her own. All right, then we see Frog Luigi. Now we're at the final trailer that was in the final direct for March 9th. Ninjas look like rice balls in suits. Have you ever wanted to play Kaizo Mario Galaxy? Yeah, I have. I have wanted to try it. And I was thinking of maybe doing that soon. Maybe just streaming that. In the castle. And then even more proof that this is during Peach's birthday. You see the penguins. Wait, what is he holding? Oh, he's holding a Starbucks. I thought my fat ass thought he was holding a corn dog. Remember in the final trailer when Bowser holds his axe when looking super mad, which means Mario might fight him in the act. Do you think that the Beehive Galaxy will be where Mario gets the bee power up? Yes, I do. Because they didn't show off the Honey Queen for a reason. Because in this direct, not in this specific trailer, but the direct that this trailer was in, and when they were talking about like the cast and crew, when they confirmed Donald Glover was Yoshi, they had said the Honey Queen will be a part of this movie, and they didn't show her, so they're specifically keeping her hidden. So I think in that scene, Mario or Luigi is definitely the Bee Mario, and this could be the Comet Observatory, or it could be Fox's ship, the Air Wing, I think it's called. Is that called the Air Wing? I don't know. Which is... What did you say? Which is Ray. Wait, which is Ray? Is it Issa Rae or Issa Rae? I don't know how to say her name. I just know she was in Spider-Verse. So then the UFO, and we see them kidnapping the castle, trying to get everybody out. Huh. I'm trying to figure out when this would be, because we see in the other TV spots we're going to look at in a bit, we can see Mario and Luigi just kind of being around across the kingdom. And I don't know if that would be after or before this takes place. Obviously, it can't be right after because they end up landing in Honey Hive Galaxy. But I think... Oh, I bet it's a montage of them trying to run the kingdom. I bet like them jumping from place to place is them trying to run the kingdom. And what will Wart do in the movie? Wart is the ruler of the underworld of Gateway Galaxy. He is actually, I have the Wart card on my phone from the Nintendo Today app. I will read that for you right now. Let's go pull it up. Here we go. Wart. Boss of the mysterious underworld beneath the Gateway Galaxy, this amphibious villain runs a gravity-skewing casino and a thriving criminal enterprise. His iconic lackeys promise trouble for our heroes who find themselves there. And that is the description of Wart from Nintendo themselves. So, Wart is a crime boss in Gateway Galaxy. So the Toads are able to escape. And we can see them. I don't know where these are. I don't know what these things are. I was not really able to figure out these two planets. Or that one either. I think they're just... Actually, there's a better look at them. I think these might just be random parts of the galaxy, now that I think about it. And then we see Bowser Jr. And he's like, I want my father back over my dead body. And Luigi's like, Mario's like, oh, I'm ready to throw hands. Yoshi's ready to throw hands. Luigi's like, I don't really want to throw hands, but I will. Fine with me. And then he fights him. Now, this is where I'm confused. Because something happens here, and there's an explosion. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this looks like the eyes to Mega Leg. I bet Mega Leg storms into the castle, and that's what blows Mario back. Because Junior's holding the brush when he makes that attack, so this is obviously cut. Wait, something fell down there. What was that? What was that fell? Oh, it's just a chair. Alright, never mind. So this is Honey Hive Galaxy, and this is where the castle lands. And we get a pretty good look at Honey Hive Galaxy. And we get to see Yoshi flutter jumping. That's pretty cool. So they land, they're safe. Oh yeah, the axes. So we see Bowser. We see Bowser on the battle planet or wherever their home base is in space. Junior is basically welcoming back the Koopa King. What will Drill Mario and Cloud Luigi and Blimp Yoshi do with the power-ups when they fight Fury Bowser Jr.? I'm not I have no idea in predicting like how the fight will actually go, because there are so many different opportunities the way it could go. All right, sorry about that. I had to change the position I was sitting in because I was very uncomfortable. All right, so Bowser Jr. basically welcomes back the King of the Koopas. Your king has returned. They're so happy to see him. Oh wait, what? The Goomba just has his seat in the fucking chain chomp. That's funny. The king has returned. I think this is in the UFO. I think this is either in the UFO or this is in Mega Leg. With Mega Leg. So this is probably right after Junior successfully kidnaps Rosalina. And if you remember from how do you think the movie will end? Oh, I have no idea how the movie will end. That is a mystery I have no idea about. I think lost my train of thought. Okay, so I think so if you all remember from the first movie, it opened with Bowser attacking the Snow Kingdom. And then he said, "Who's gonna stop me?" Or "No one can stop me." And then it played the Mario Brothers commercial. I think this is this exact scene again. The Bowser name shall be feared once more. And after that, it cuts directly to Mario and Luigi probably just performing tasks for the kingdom, or just going and helping doing different things around the kingdom. And then this is obviously, we can see Mario is holding a letter right here. So we know, and there's an image that I couldn't get. But it does exist. You'll see it in the video in a couple days. This Peach writes the kingdom a letter and basically says, "I'm going to Gateway Galaxy. I'm going to, I'm leaving." And Mario and Luigi find the letter the next day, and they all start freaking out. And at some point Mario and Luigi say, "Well, the Mario Brothers can handle this," and so they start to run the kingdom. Yeah, because you can see the letter right there. Yeah, so Toad and Luma, Peach, Toad, and Luma leave, and this Luma turns into the launch star that carries Toad and Peach to Gateway Galaxy, or to Drip Drop. I don't know if they immediately go to Gateway Galaxy or if they make a detour somewhere else first. Kamek got eaten by Yoshi. Do you think he died? No, probably not. People dismissing the possibility that Link could be in this or a Smash movie are forgetting Super Smash Bros. Purposely because it integrated a Toon Link, because regular Link is too realistic. Movies would use a movie Link. That's definitely a possibility. Alright, so... Okay, so I think this is the Lumas are playing outside, and then Rosalina calls them in and says, like, "Okay, it's time for bed," and then starts reading them the story. So here, reading them a story. I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm talking about with like how this will lay out. If you watch the video in a couple days, you'll understand what I'm trying to put together. And here's PD Piranha. So PD Piranha either works for Wart or works alongside Wart in this casino. "Oh, princess, you shouldn't have done that." Played by Luis Guzman, which is super cool. Then he sends the ninjas after her. But Peach, orange thing is co-star Luma. Yeah, good catch. And then there's the fight. So this is after. So we can see that Mega Leg does crash here. And then Rosalina kind of is still fighting the bullets and trying to keep her home safe. And and this is the whole, the great battle of my life draws near. This happens in the same area. So when he says that, he's saying that to Rosalina, but he then corrupts her here. And we also know that Toad is in this fight for a little bit. Not for very long, but he is a part of this fight. And I think what happens is that he gets separated from Peach and gets blasted to probably Fossil Falls or something. Then we see the blistering core from Freeze Frame Galaxy. And you can't see it in the background, but I think they launch off of the Comet Observatory, and they're headed straight for the battle planet. So this is they are heading to face Bowser and Bowser Jr. And then I think what the other person said about this scene is that this could be the post-credit scene where Luma Lee is talking to Wario and Waluigi or someone else in prison. I think that's definitely a possibility. And then we get the Gateway Galaxy trailer. We can see them landing at Gateway Galaxy, this huge transit station. And we can see so many different residents across the Mario universe. Like, you can see the snails from Odyssey, the Whittles, Piantos, the Guillermos, more Star Bunnies, Monty Moles. I love how every time Peach sends a letter to Mario, says, "Come to the castle, I bake you a cake," but she do want that she do something in the room. So yeah, this is the Gateway Galaxy, basically the transit center of the universe. See the gear. You can also see the logo for Propeller Toad over here, so maybe we'll see Toad using the propeller suit in this movie. Maybe, I'm not sure. Excuse me. Ow. And then we can obviously see Rob right here. Oh, after we're done with the trailers, we should take a look at the Gateway Galaxy website, if you guys want. All right, next TV spot, we can see Mario. So this takes place after they come back from Toast Arena. So this is Mario and Luigi and Yoshi getting ready for the party. Can you pause at the part where Mario and Luigi and Toad and Peach and Yoshi look in the background? Does it look like Gateway Galaxy? Yeah, this. I think you mean this. This is Gateway Galaxy. It's the same place. So at some point, it's horrible quality. I apologize for that. How do Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi get to the part where Peach and Toad at? That I do not know. That's where I'm really confused. I haven't been able to figure that out yet. So, yeah. So somehow Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach reunite here. And then Peach and Toad flying again. This is on the final battle. So we see Mario with the drill mushroom. Oh, wait. I think there's a better quality version of this that I have, and we can't really see the power-ups, but Mario has drill flower. Luigi has the cloud flower. I think there is actually a better quality version of this that I saved. Okay, maybe not. There is later, but so Mario and Luigi. There's something with this Toad. I don't know what it is, but I think this area is the Yoshi Island we've seen from the first movie. And now they're in Giant Land. I originally thought this was Supermassive Galaxy, but I don't think it is anymore because this doesn't seem like a separate galaxy. It seems like they're just jumping through the pipes. Where are Peach and Toad when Toad pulls out coins? I don't know. Actually, where is that scene? Maybe we can figure that out. Yellow, blue. From all the tools, I would say this is Gateway Galaxy. I think he stole this from the casino and they need to pay something. So, fun run. So, in Giant Land for Mario Bros. 3. And then in the clouds. So they have to rescue this Toad from something. And this is like after... This is Mario and Luigi basically saying, we'll run the kingdom. We'll be okay. Oh, is this the higher quality? Yeah, I think it is. The Toad you were talking about was a baby. That didn't look like a baby. Yeah, let me go back. That doesn't look like a baby Toad. She was probably blushing. Eh, maybe. Alright, moving on. Once again, preparing for the party. I think this is the Mario Brothers trying to run the kingdom. This is probably when Bowser realizes... when they realize Bowser snuck with them. Rosalina protecting the galaxy. Chain Chomp. Question, what do you think of Donald Glover as Yoshi, and do you think Yoshi should talk in broken English that's too hard to understand and makes Yoshi make out as a way for Yoshi to talk? I like his voice as Yoshi. I think it really fits. I did not want Yoshi to speak full sentences in the movie because I think that would have sounded really weird. But if they were going to have Yoshi speak sentences in the full movie, speak full sentences in the movie, it needed to be like it was in the Super Mario World show, where he's like Mario, where he was saying like Mama Luigi. Mario Luigi weaving. How did Luigi get the ice power up? Mario. And I don't really know. I'm not sure how they get the ice power up, but I mean, they already had them in the kingdom, because if this is still in the Mushroom Kingdom, then we know Toad had to get it from somewhere, from the wedding when he hides it in her bouquet. Okay, so yeah, this is just a much higher quality version of that other trailer. Oh no, it's a little different too. It's like, nice ride. He knows that's my bike, right? That's funny. Who would you like to see in the next Mario movie? I want to see Wario and Waluigi. I think they can make a cameo here, but they will not have a major role. I would love to see them be the actual villains or major characters in the next movie. Oh wait, how long have I been muted for? Shit, I didn't realize I was muted. What was the last thing you heard me say? I completely spaced that I was muted. Shit, have I been muted for 2 minutes? That's not good. Crap. Okay. Okay, well what was the last thing I said? I'm gonna go back. What was the last thing I said 2 minutes ago? Okay, so last thing I talked about was Wario and Waluigi. Okay, so basically what I had said was I talked about, I had basically said this shows Yoshi and Mario and Luigi with Yoshi, and that, I think when, I meant to go back again. I think that this scene will show, fudge. Go back. Where are the smoochies? Right here. I think this, when Mario and Luigi are said, "Oh, we'll watch over the castle," this is where one of the things they'll have is they'll have to keep protecting Toad from getting into different situations. And I had also said, oh yeah, I had made a joke how I got the Mario Brother, the Cosmic Showers body wash soap, and I have been joking with my friends and sending them a picture of the soap bottle and saying my butt cheeks can smell like Mario now, and they all think I'm crazy. And I'm like, it's a joke. Chill out. Okay, so that's pretty much all I said. I didn't really say anything else interesting. All right, so moving on. Okay. Want to see Daisy as Toadette playing Galaxy 2. That's awesome. Will Daisy get invited to Peach's birthday? I think so. Are there any characters you want to see? Wario and Waluigi. Mario and Peach were holding hands. Any casting choice, celebrity choices for Wario and Waluigi? Probably, in an ideal world, Danny DeVito and Willem Dafoe. Because Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin was so good. And I think he could do a really good Waluigi. But the top two, Wario has to be Danny DeVito, or Danny DeVito has to be Wario. There's no other choice, I don't think. But for Waluigi, I can see 4 choices. That being Willem Dafoe, Jim Carrey, Bill Hader, and Steve Buscemi. I think my top 2 choices are Steve Buscemi. Yep, that's who plays Randall. Steve Buscemi and Willem Dafoe are my top choices for Waluigi. Oh, 100%. If Wario isn't Danny, we riot. If Danny isn't Wario, we riot. But I guess it depends. Because in an interview, Danny DeVito said he would be completely down to play Wario, and he would take Chris Pratt to the cleaners. But I guess it depends if Danny DeVito couldn't be Wario. Like if he had scheduling issues or if he just wasn't able to do it, then I understand why he wouldn't be Wario. But if Nintendo never bothered to even try, then that's just a no. But if Danny DeVito couldn't do it, I get it. But versus them not even trying. I could also see Tony Hale, Steve Carell, and Jason Mantzoukas. Yeah, I can't read that. I don't know how to say that name, being as Waluigi too. Yeah. My top 2 choices are Willem Dafoe and Steve Buscemi. So there's nothing really new here. We get to see the frog power-ups, the drill mushroom, the cloud mushroom, and the blimp fruit, which is really cute. This is the full clip of Mario and Luigi heading to Toast Arena. No new details here. And yeah, here's with Peach and Mario having a heart-to-heart moment. She's basically saying, I don't know when my birthday is. This isn't my actual birthday. It's just the day that Toad's found me. And Mario basically jokes saying, so if it isn't your real birthday, you don't want a present. It's funny. What power-up do you want to see in the next movie? Well, the only power-ups I really wanted to see them with this movie is the red flying star. That's my favorite power-up in Galaxy. But I would also really like to see the propeller mushroom. I really like that one. And maybe the blue shell. That would be cool. Aquafina, no. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to harsh on your choices, but I am so tired of Aquafina. I like her acting, but she's been in so much. And I think Aquafina would have made a good Bowser Jr., but not a Daisy. Ellie Kemper, Stephanie Beatrice, Jenny Slate, Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig could do that. I have oh, what's her name? I made a character prediction video a while back where I made casting choices, and my choice for Daisy was Clara Gallo. She plays a character on the TV show Bones named Daisy Wick, and she has a very I'm sweet and kind and nice, but I am also extremely sassy and I will kill you if necessary vibe to her. And I just thought she would have been great as Daisy. Clara Gallo. Or is it Clara Gallo or Carla? I think it's Carla or Clara. I don't know, but she was on Bones. That was my pick for Daisy. And this is definitely there's a little tension between right here. There's some romantic tension right here. And then we see that this says New York. So Mario gets this brush, this umbrella from New York City. And this is where I could see Wario and Waluigi coming into play. Because I think when they go to New York to grab the parasol, they'll run into Wario and Waluigi. It will be a very, very short cameo, but it would be something. I don't need Waluigi to have a huge role. I just want a little something. I just need a little bit of my purple man. So what if at the part Peach tried to go in for a kiss, but Mario, then the Star Festival starts to interrupt it? That would be funny for Mario to just get blocked by the damn Cosmos. And for Toadette, another character I want to see in this movie, without a doubt, would be Kristen. Yep, Kristen Shaw. Yep, 100%. In my fan casting video, Kristen Shaw was my choice for Toadette as well. My original choices for Bowser Jr. were Nancy Cartwright and Kevin Hart. And part of me wishes it was Kevin Hart, because if Danny DeVito's in the movie as Wario and we got to see Wario and Bowser Jr. interacting with each other, Danny DeVito's Wario and Kevin Hart's Bowser Jr. interacting with each other would be so hilarious. I would have loved to see that, because I think that would have been hysterical. All right, so moving on. Oh yeah, this is where we gotta go real slow. We gotta really slow it down here, because we got tons of characters. We got Frog Luigi, Princess Peach, Bowser, Rosalina, Penguin Toad, Yoshi, Kamek, Yukiki, Toasterina, Star Bunny, Monty Mole, Ninji, Rob, Pianta, Womp. That Womp is scary. Thwomp Is that Thwomp? Yeah, no, the Womps are the tall ones. This is a Thwomp. The Thwomps are freaky. My original choices for Bowser Jr. was Pamela Anderson, Nancy Cartwright, Gaten, Mattiaro. Oh, that would have been good. Lauren Tom, Jessica Distico, and Gray Delisle. Huh. Yeah, those could have worked. The Honey Queen Guard. I don't know why they're showing off the guard, but they're not showing off the queen. Then Charge and Chuck. I don't remember the name of the snail. That's one of like the only Odyssey resident that I do not remember. Bubblanian. My original choice for Rosalina before Brie was Scarlett Johansson. My choice was... Oh, what was her name? Here, actually, I'm going to leave a link to my my fan casting, so you can see who I picked for the movie. Obviously, none of them came true. Well, not yet. But some of them were like, it's not possible for them to come true because they were already casted, but the other ones haven't been in the movie yet, so. Womps and Wimps should be in the movie. Here. All right, for anyone who is interested, here is my fan casting for the movie. If y'all want to watch that at another time. So the Bubblanians, oh, now it's going faster. Piantas, Womps, E-Guard, Charge and Chuck, Bubblanian, whatever that thing is. Sea Urchin, Octolings, Wart, Whittles, Pikmin, for whatever the fuck. Guillermo, Megaleg, Mauser, Drybones, Spike, Birdo, Clawgrip. Oh, what are those names? Octolings. Did I say Octumbas? Sorry. I meant Octolings. I can't remember their names. Who do you think is a good actor for Rob? I don't know. Do you think Mario and Peach are gonna kiss? Yeah, Kate Blanchett is Rosalina. That's what I would have liked. Do you think Mario and Peach are gonna kiss? I could see it. I don't think they'll go full makeout session, but yeah, Kate Blanchett. Helmeted Goombas. I need to know their name. I know their name at some point, but I'm like Goom Beetles, Goom Bedleys, Goom Beetle, I guess. Okay, so Goom Beetles, Pokies, Conkdor, Wiggler, Piranha Plant, Female Pianta, Casino Koopa, Coin Coffer. That's freaky. The Scarlet didn't get to be Rosalina, then she can be Samus. Smash Bros. Movie, Cinematic Universe. Lumas, Blooper, Shy Guy, Bowser Jr. This is the scene like from Home. It's like, so one tiny problem. Oh, this doesn't matter as long as it's tiny. Before I got his password, I erased him. This is funny from Home. Home is such an underrated movie. All right, next. Oh, I'm Just Mario and what the hell? I am tired. It's just Mario and Luigi flying through the galaxy. Cool little TV spot. Oh wait, I can probably fix the speed now. Oh, I should go back to this. Playback speed. There we go. I think that looks really cool. This is the Happy Meal commercial. There's actually three commercials. This was one of them. But surprisingly, this one gives us the best look at the Koopa Death Star. And this looks somewhat, move your ass. And this looks really like Bowser City or World Bowser here. I got a couple Happy Meals the other day. I have this toy and this toy. I want to get the Wonder Junior because I think that looks really cool. I'd love to get all of them, but all right. So then another TV spot, which is just a phone view. And then this one is important. Because we know this is Bowser Jr. showing off the battle planet to Bowser. My original choice for Yoshi were Frank Welker, B. Bradley Baker, Harvey Gillen, or Jesse Hamill. Did you notice the first movie when Peach first meets Mario, she says he's small, and right when they get to the training thing, she puts the mushroom down his throat and states, and she starts getting to like him. Ew, you're small. Here, take a mushroom. Oh, now you're tall. Now I like you. Luma eating popcorn. Or no, it's Starbits, not popcorn. That's funny. All right, so Luigi helping the Blue Toad. Yeah, now that I see this, I think this is definitely Mario. I think this is now that we know that Peach left the kingdom, and we can actually see quite a bit of Mario and Luigi and Yoshi. I think them saving the Blue Toad is definitely them trying to run the kingdom after Peach has left. Do you think the Super Mario Bros. 2 characters will be a big part of the movie? Yes, I think they will. Wart will definitely be the secondary villain of the movie. Bowser and Bowser Jr. will be the first main villains, but Wart will definitely be the second villain, the side villain, I think. All right, so Mario with the drill mushroom, Luigi with the cloud flower, Yoshi with the blimp fruit. Very weird. He's just like, wait for me. It's funny. And then we have Luigi stripping. Because, okay. They're all getting ready for the party. I just love that scene. They're just like, we're all ready. That's funny. And then, then I don't know what the hell this is. This is just everybody chasing after Mario and Luigi. Is that as low quality as it gets? Oh, it doesn't even go up any higher. Oh, I think I actually have another version of this that's more high quality. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. But it's the white background. Wishful thinking here, but do you think Lubba or Polary? Yes, I do. I really think Lubba and Polary will show up, and I think they will be the ones who bring the Comet Observatory to the Mushroom Kingdom after Rosalina gets kidnapped. I think they're going to be like, we need help. Rosalina was captured, and one of the Lumas will stay behind in the Mushroom Kingdom, and that's the Luma that has Peach and Toad going off to somewhere else. So yeah, we see the Octolings, or Octoomba. No, these are the Octoombas. The Octolings are from... No, these are the Octoombas. The Octolings are from Splatoon. I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm trying to... There's so many different damn Oct things. These are Octoombas. Then there's Mauser. Spike Ball, Claw Grip, all these they're all chasing Mario and Luigi. It does seem kind of interesting that Wart isn't there in that mix. And then Mega Leg. All right. And this is where Mario basically says, the Mario Brothers can run this kingdom. And I love this 8-bit thing. So this is probably where they're going over, okay, we can run the kingdom, we can handle this. And then they go on all of these different adventures trying to make sure they keep that blue toad out of trouble. Would you like to see a Smash movie? I was wondering, would it even go, what it would be, since it would be a lot of characters to focus on. I wonder how they're going to do it. And as far as Sonic and Steve, Nintendo doesn't have to include them since they're only guest characters and such. Smash only started with Nintendo characters, so I can see them leaving them out. Sorry for so many questions, but do you think we could get a reimagining of the concept art from the first movie and the final battle if you've seen it? Don't worry about all the questions. That's fine. I like the questions. I need a refresher on that. Mario Bros. Movie final battle concept art. I've seen a few concept arts, but not a lot. Oh, wait. Is that the one with, like, all the enemies, like King Boo, Kamek, Bowser in the clown car, the giant chain chomp, Donkey Kong with the barrel, the snow guys from Odyssey, Daisy riding on Wiggler? Is that the one you mean? Yep, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I will actually put that on screen here so you all can see that. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, so that's concept art for the first movie, I guess. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, you see Daisy there. That would definitely be cool, and that does actually kind of... Oh, and there's Toadette right there. And that's Toadsworth. Yeah, I would have loved to see this. Why'd they cut this out? What the hell? Oh, Flying Blue Yoshi. What the hell? Why did we not get this? This is awesome looking. Damn. All right. Oh yeah, Smash Brothers movie would definitely be like the Avengers. All right. Moving on. It's just the Cloud Yoshi. I don't think that's any different than what we've seen. Oh yeah, we get a little bit more footage of Peach fighting. She throws one of Mauser's bombs right back at him, and you can see him flying back a little bit. That's kind of funny. Just, ah! Yeah, that is final movie material. Exactly. I'm kind of pissed that I saw that now, because I'm like, well, what the hell? We were robbed. Ice Mario. With Luigi. Oh yeah, this is that other McDonald's Happy Meal commercial. So Mario and Yoshi, they're on Gateway Galaxy, or they're on the Comet... No, this is the Comet Observatory. Because you can see the domes, the terrace-looking domes. Sees the Luma, sees Rosalina. Drip Drop Galaxy. Frog Luigi's actually in this one. Does a little flying. Steals Toad's food. Okay, so Yoshi does have a grudge against Toad, because look at that. Look at that. Look at all those apples. Yoshi goes, oh, you see that? That's mine now. Give me that. Nummy nummy. So Mario yeets Bowser out of the way, and then we see the better look at the Death Star, and then that's the other commercial. And I think there's one more commercial. And that's Mega Leg. We've already seen that. We've already seen that. Yeah, here's the other one. Honestly, I hate all the those modernizations they did with McDonald's. Because McDonald's used to look so colorful and fun when you ate inside the restaurant. They had those colorful booths and everything in the play place. But now it's just boring. It's just gray and modern. It's ugly. So what if when Rosalina... Oh, here we go. So what if when Rosalina touches Mario's mustache, Peach says, "Mario, you never let me touch your mustache," and Mario lets her and she hugs him? How many more of these you got? We all know that we all know next is a Donkey Kong spinoff film. It's possible Luigi's Mansion film left Peach getting her own movie too. According to different rumors, Peach and Luigi are getting their own movie. This has not been confirmed in the slightest. It's been confirmed that Nintendo has like 2 to 3 more movies on their slate that we know about that aren't Zelda. So there are 2 more movies on the way. So a Smash movie would be a good final, and such would be a good final. Yeah, now it looks like Doctors of Business Office now inside. Yeah, the McDonald's. I want to try this. I want to try the Infinity Stars, these sauces, and the McFlurry Infinity. And I want to get these coins too, but they aren't here. And we get kind of a better look of Bowser's audience here. Launching off. Yeah. So I think this is at the beginning of the movie too, where Rosalina is like calling the Lumas in for a bedtime story. She reads them the story, and that's when Mega Leg attacks. Nothing else really here that we haven't seen. Okay. Okay, so here's... I want to see a Kirby movie, to be honest. Have Illumination, Sony Pictures, or DreamWorks make it. Oh, okay, because Nintendo working with DreamWorks could be really good. Because DreamWorks has been making some bangers lately, like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and The Wild Robot. Those are visually beautiful movies. But anyways, this is funny. This is funny as hell to me. Because when this clip got released, I saw Game Explain Andre. I talked about this in the stream we had up before it got taken down for internet lag. When this clip got released, I remember Andre from Game Explain was making a video about it, and he was making such a big deal about it, thinking this was a huge major spoiler for the movie. And when I saw it, I laughed my ass off, because it's not. All this is just Bowser threatening Mario and Luigi, or Mario specifically, after he insults his painting. So this is probably right after the, well, sorry, I need to learn to control my demons, blah, blah, blah. So I think that was cut, and this is what we actually see, but they removed it from the trailer. Kim as Kirby, Bill Hader as Jim Gaffigan as King Dedede, Antonio Banderas as Meta Knight, and Kevin Hart or Michael Cera as Banana Wild D. I think Jim Gaffigan could have been a great King Caliente. So yeah, that just made me laugh with Game Explain going, "Oh, this is a huge spoiler, so make sure you don't watch it." It's not a spoiler. It's just a picture. It's just Bowser looking like a demon. Chill. That just made me laugh. Oh yeah, Luigi decapitates a Pokey. Didn't do anything wrong. Just living his life, and Luigi's like, "Fuck you." Uh-oh, I guess it was a nightmare. Or I guess it wasn't a dream. And this is a cool TV spot of the brothers just playing soccer. Yo, we have big news about the Fox McCloud actor. Yeah, Glenn Powell. Yeah, this is cool. Anything new here? Oh, here we go. This is funny. So, see Mario, he's really in touch with his feelings. He just goes, "I'm drowning in them." It's so funny. I would play the audio for you, but Nintendo will copyright my ass if I do. So that's why I have the Galaxy music playing, because I don't want them to steal my kneecaps. actually. That just looks like a straight up Bowser toy. That doesn't look. Wait a minute. Oh, AI image. Okay. I was like, wait a fucking minute. The toads weren't there, but that makes sense because that looks more like Bowser than the actual Bowser. That's funny. Okay, that tricked me for a minute. And that's the last TV spot we got. That is my entire list. So that is everything. That is all the trailers. Okay. Oh yeah, something that Nintendo and Illumination had to spoil 1 week before the movie. Also, heads up, anyone stay off the internet on March 31st, April 1st, the whole weekend of the movie. Yes, you are absolutely right. There are some creators or movie reviewers. The world premiere for the movie was 3 nights ago at like 3 a.m. in Japan. And those reviewers have said there's a video review coming out soon. But there are other movie reviewers like 3C Films. He's seeing the movie tomorrow. So tomorrow is also a day to be aware of for spoilers. Stay off of Twitter and Reddit. Twitter and X, whatever the hell it's called. No, Twitter and Reddit will be the worst. TikTok and Instagram will be just like tread lightly. YouTube will either be horrible for spoilers or you won't see any. But Reddit and Reddit and Twitter will be the worst. Yeah, 3C Films. So yeah, I had seen something that said he was seeing the movie Monday. So that means, and there's always going to be assholes who record the movie and post it. So just avoid it at all costs if you can. So what if Rosalina? Oh, here we go again. So what if Rosalina touches Mario's mustache and she says, "You have a nice mustache," and Peach says, "Mario, you know you let me touch your mustache," and Mario lets her and she pulls him in and gives him a hug. Didn't you say that already? I still learned my lesson from the Sonic movie 2 where I was spoiled about Supersonic and Shadow in a post-credit scene. Ah, yeah. Should we look at the Gateway Galaxy website really quick? Because I've been meaning to check that out. Oh, hold on. I gotta break that down. Because we can do that really quick. Hold on. Yeah, we can look at the Gateway Galaxy thing really quick. Here we go. All right. All right, we can remove that. All right. So there's no more footage for us to look at. All right. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, that's loud. Okay, that's loud. Yep, that's loud. I apologize. Oh yeah, so now we can actually see it much better. Display it. Talk to Rob. Destination parameters are resolving. Book now. Then view destinations, and then we can like look at the different galaxies. Yeah, I tried to figure this out to put my ticket in, but I couldn't. So I just ignored it. And then there's the warning that says Rosalina's gone missing. She's last seen on the Comet Observatory. And then there's the lost and found. There's like the pineapple. There's this hard shell suitcase. There's an igloo backpack, a super mushroom, green turtle shell, unfinished novel, and a pineapple rolling case. That I can't click on. That leads to the social medias. I can't click on this because it will point directly toward tickets near me and you'll know where I live, so I would rather not do that. So yeah, this tells us that Space Junk is in the movie. There's Fossil Falls, Toast Arena, Drift Rock Galaxy, and that's pretty much all we can look at. There's pretty much nothing else. It's still loud. So yeah. That's pretty much the website. So yeah. That is pretty much everything. That's every trailer, TV spot, poster. I want to see Boy Bass? Yeah, that's understandable. That Boy Bass has amazing music. I would love to see Boy Bass as well. All right. So I think I might end the stream here. Unless if you guys have any other theories that you want to talk about or run or just mention. Because I've done what I wanted to do with the going over all the trailers and everything. Green stars, that's a possibility. Although it is, I will admit, it is a little weird because we haven't seen any power stars so far. We haven't seen power stars or grand stars or anything. So that's kind of weird in my opinion. Because you think the main gimmick, or one of the main gimmicks, the power stars. All right. Well, Bowser used the Grand Star. That's kind of what I'm wondering. Well, my original thought was that we would see a Grand Zatar. Because if you know what a Zatar is, it's the anti-star from like Mario Party 5, I want to say. Or 3. I don't know. It was from the very early Mario Party games. And my original idea was that Bowser Jr. would use the brush to corrupt power stars and turn them into Zatars, and Grand Stars into Grand Zatars. And then it would be covered in that black paint, and Bowser would eat it. And that's how Bowser would be turned into Fury Bowser. But with the complete lack of Grand Stars and Power Stars in the trailers, I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, I don't really know. All right then. Well, last call for any last thoughts or questions. The Lubba dialogue. What about it? Yeah. It has singing notes in the text. Will there be any singing? I don't know. I would think I would love for there to be another musical moment, but I don't think Bowser should get it. I think it should go to Rosalina, because I would love to see her singing a lullaby to the Lumas. Or actually, there's concept art of Rosalina having a guitar, and she was going to be a performer in Odyssey, but we never saw that. So seeing her play the guitar for her Lumas would be really cool. Are they singing what they're saying? I don't think so. Parts of it, maybe they're just saying it in like a sing-songy tune, or like in a sing-songy way, but they're not like fully singing it. What if Meowser's in the third movie? Oh lord, no. I think that for Daisy's personality for the movies, she needs to have her act unhinged, crazy, wild, and dumb, since Peach seems to be act more like her. Well, Peach is that, yeah, that's kind of true, because Peach is she is not just, oh, Mario, help me. She's, oh, Mario, hold this guy down while I kick the shit out of him. So Daisy being completely unhinged and saying the most out-of-pocket things would be very funny for movie Daisy. Imagine that the Comet Observatory was made from the junk and space junk galaxy from Rosalina's wand. Huh. That would definitely be interesting. That's definitely a new take on it. All right. Well, I think this is... Have you seen the Sonic movies before? Even though you're more Team Nintendo. Yeah, I have. They're entertaining movies. I have nothing against Sonic. I just am not a huge fan of the games. But when I've seen the movies, they are pretty entertaining. And I'm able to kind of get a gist of it. So that's one thing I like about the Sonic movies, is that even though I'm not a diehard fan of Sonic, it was pretty easy to understand what was going on. So I am going to end stream here. But I will, if any of you want to join the Discord or anything and keep talking about the movie, totally cool with that. I will put that in the chat really quick, because we've had some people from the stream join. What will the Pikmin do? My thoughts is that they roll a barrel and stack on top of each other. That would be funny. So here's our Discord server. What'd you say? You should do a fan casting for them one day. I do fan casting for Sonic movies on my channel. You should check it out when you can, or something, I guess. All right. I'll try to get to that. So yeah, Discord just posted that if you want to keep talking about the Mario movie. I've had a few people from the streams come on there and talk, and that's been fun. But I am going to end stream here. Thank you all for joining so much. I love hearing your ideas. I love talking with all of you about this movie. We are 3 days away from the Mario Galaxy movie, and so excited. Hopefully you all can avoid spoilers, because to have this spoiled for you, or for anyone, would be horrible. So hopefully that doesn't happen. hopefully you can stay away from them. I will be posting my own review of the movie on April 1st at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to hear, because I'm seeing it at midnight on March 31st, and my review will be up the morning of April 1st. So if you want to hear my thoughts on the movie, you can, and you can watch that. And then after, like probably next weekend, after the movie comes out, we'll do a stream and we'll talk about the movie. So thank you all for tuning in. This was a great discussion. I hope you all enjoy the movie. Hope you can stay free of spoilers, and I'll hopefully see you in another stream. So peace and have a good night.